right, guys, the amp of the week is the Autotek TA1155.1. I don't remember seeing Autotek around back in the day, but apparently they were back in the 80s and 90s. I'm not sure exactly when they got their start, but apparently they was back during the heyday of car audio. Their website says they've been around for about 3 decades, and that they joined Maxsonics in 2004. And that's really all that I know about these. I just don't remember seeing them. But I saw it on Amazon, and I was like, hey, there's something different. Let's try one of those out. So this is a 1-channel. What do we got on the box here? I think this is the only side that really shows much. So we have the English over here, but then we have to go all the way over here for the specs. But power output, here we go, 4 ohms, 2 ohms, 1. So we have, this is weird. This has got to be a misprint. 2 by 550, 2 by 1100, and not available for the 1 ohm, because this is only rated to go to 2 ohms. So this is wrong, because this is a 1-channel amp. And I went online and looked at their website, and it's 1 by 550 and 1 by 1100. And on Amazon, the listing on Amazon also showed 550 and 1100, but it is a 1-channel amp. So this has got to be a misprint. They've got some 2-channel versions, and I don't know if I don't know. This is clearly for this amp. It says right on the box which amp it is. It's 1-channel. So it's always weird to see a misprint right on the box or right in the manual. You'd think that they would have caught that, especially for the box. There's no doubt they had to pay a lot of money to get those boxes made. Let's see what we get inside. So we get the same thing that we see all the time with all the Maxsonics amps. Set that to the side. I have not unpackaged this amp yet, so you guys are seeing it with me. We've got an owner's manual. Okay, so here's the amps in the lineup. There's the 1-channel. There's the 2-channel. 4 1-channel class D. Yeah, this is a class AB. So this is probably the only class D. That'd be neat to check that one out. The 2055 1-channel D, and then there's another 2-channel. Not much in here at all. The only, just shows you how to hook it up and stuff. The only ratings in here are the fuse ratings. And so we've got the 1155.1, 25 by 2. So there you go. Only 50 amps worth of fusing. So that gives us a little indication that we're probably not going to see 1100 watts. What else do you get? You get an Autotek, 2 of them. 2 Autotek stickers. Bass knob. Nice little bass knob. I need to start taking these out more often. Okay, so this one, I like the size of it being small. It does have the little clicks, but I will say this. They're very small clicks. I don't mind that as much. I prefer a smooth one, but it does have some clicks. It feels good. Feels good. Got the telephone style. Here's the cord for that. And some screws. And then, oddly enough, loose in the box was an Allen wrench. Just loose in there. That was kind of strange. But anyhow, let's look at the amp. Let's get rid of this. Let's look at the amp. All right. Autotek. Got a little different look to it as far as the colors and stuff here. We've seen a lot of black and gray or black and silver there, but so guys, this is my first time to take it out of the packaging. There we go. Okay, there she is. Looks decent. I mean, I don't mind the looks of it right off the bat. It's about a medium heaviness. I know that's a bad way to put that. But yeah, it's not like super light, and it's also not real heavy. So let's look at the ends here. Okay, so we have pass-through RCAs. Love that. Ins and outs for left and right. We do have the plastic knobs here, but we have your gain, subsonic, low pass. The low pass is 30 hertz to 250, and then the bass boost is a switch. So you got 0, 6, and 12, and then a phase, 0 to 180 on the phase. So the subsonic is 20 to 50. I think it's cool that this amp has a subsonic. Again, that allows you to create what's called a band pass, to have your frequencies not go below a certain level or not go above a certain level. And so the low pass will play everything, whatever you set this on, it'll play that and down. This one here will play that and up. So it's really interesting here. The low pass only goes down to 30 hertz. The subsonic starts at 200. So this don't even have like a, I don't know, you'd have to have a something like a CC1, the crossover calibrator. CC1 Plus, the AD1 will do it, but if you have one of those things, you can set these things on the exact number instead of just turning this and guessing where you're at. It's really nice to have those tools. They're a little bit expensive, but anyhow, there's the remote power and protect. No clip light. Let's see the other side. What kind of terminals? Oh, yes. What we typically see on cheaper, lower wattage amps is the fork or spade terminals. Do have the bigger ones for the power and ground. And then, so they do give you 2 positives and 2 negatives on the speaker outs. I like that. It says Maxonics right here. And then there's those 2 25 amp fuses. Can you see where it says 25? Maybe just a little bit. Anyhow, those are 25 amp fuses. And then the back, what do we have on the back? Made in China. That's it. All right, guys, a pretty simple amp. What do y'all think it's gonna do? It's claiming to be 1155 watts, but with only 50 amps worth of fusing, I'm guessing 500 or less. Yeah, let's hook it up to the dyno. We will for sure do that 4 ohm run and the 2 ohm run. Probably do dynamic. You'll actually be able to watch the certified, uncertified, and dynamic. And we'll hook this thing up to either the single SCAR 8 that's over here or those 2 SCAR 12s and just see how it does. All right, stay tuned for that. All right, guys, this is the 4 ohm run. It's the Autotek TA1155.1. We're going to start off with 14.8 volts and capture the current. This is a Class AB monoblock rated to go to 2 ohms minimum. So don't buy this amp for door speakers. This amp is made for subwoofers. It only plays those subwoofer frequencies. All right, this is going to be the 40 hertz run. We'll do the 40 hertz dynamic after this. This is 4 ohms. Let's see what it does. Rated 550. Oh, wow. 133. Ooh, that's a long way. That's a long way from 550. Gee whiz. Golly, that makes me wonder, what are we going to see out of this thing at 2 ohms? All right, let's hook it up at 2 ohms and find out. All right, guys, I forgot to do that dynamic run first. Let's do that 40 hertz dynamic. See what she does. Oh, golly. Forgot to turn the amp on. I do that a lot. Here we go. Sorry about that. 40 hertz dynamic. 133. All right. All right. That's what you get. All right, let's hook it up at 2 ohms. All right, guys, we're hooked up at 2 ohms. This run right here is rated 1100 watts. We're going to do the 40 hertz test tone, and then we're going to do the 40 hertz dynamic. We're going to start off at 14.8 and capture the current. Let's see what it'll do. Again, rated 1100. Oh, man. 209, 213, it jumped a little bit right there at the end. Daggum. The voltage only dropped to 14.7, so we're giving this thing some strong voltage. And the current draw was 32 amps. Wow. Okay. All right, let's reset everything. Let's reset everything. And do that 40 hertz dynamic. All right, here we go. 40 hertz dynamic, 2 ohms, rated 1100 watts. 214. Oh man, guys, that didn't capture those quick bursts. It's hard for the clamp to grab those quick bursts. It likes for it to stay constant for 1 second or so. All right, guys, this is about the wattage of the Boss, that Boss R1100 that's been so popular on Amazon. And it's you think about it, it's rated 1155. The Boss is an 1100. They're both class AB monoblocks, rated to go to 2 ohms. And I want to say when I did the test on the Boss, it was a little over 200 watts. I don't know, guys. This thing don't even need that 50 amps of fusing. This thing only needed about 20 amps of fusing. I will say this amp was cheap. This amp was cheap. This thing can be had for way less than $100. I want to say I paid less for this amp than the Boss. So between the two, I mean, they're darn close. But between the two, I don't know. I would pick this one up. But they're almost the same thing. All right, that's what you get. Hey, I know everybody probably wants to see what this thing sounds like. Let's put it on a sub. I think I may go single SCAR 12. That way we can be at 2 ohms. All right, stay tuned for that. All right, guys, we're hooked to that single SCAR 12. You can see that I've got the other one unhooked because when they're both hooked up, it's 1 ohm. So we're going to play a single SCAR 12 and be at 2 ohms. We are going to see what kind of dynamic number we get out of it. All right, let's play some YouTube tracks. Here we go. It's going to be the one on the right, the SCAR 12 on the top, on the right. It did do a little better than that. I think it was up in the, I saw like 230 something. And then sometimes on these dynamic hits, this thing will, because those pulses are so quick and all that, it'll show a real low ohm load and then a real high wattage. And it did that during the run, and I reset it, zeroed it back out, and that's all that it went up to. That happened during that last song, and so that's why I let that song play a little long. But that's not accurate. During those other songs, it had peaked out at like 230 something watts. But guys, you're not going to get a lot out of this amp. It's not a very powerful amp. Y'all saw it did push that 112 okay. I kept turning it up a little too much, and I could hear some distortion, and I bumped it down, and it was still distorting a little bit, and I bumped it down again. The truth is, this is just not a very powerful amp, so be careful what you put this on. If you wanted to put this on a couple of entry level low wattage subs, you know, subs that are only rated for, you know, 150 watts or something like that, you'd probably be okay. But to be honest, I'd spend a little more money to get something with some more power. So all right, guys, that's what you get with the Autotek TA1155.1. Hey, thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing, and we'll see you next time.